How and welcome to another Tuesday afternoon. That's right, Turtles and Tea, a brand new live stream where we get to talk turtles. Finally, a show where I can talk about one of my other passions, not just Marvel. This side of the screen's Marvel, but the other side of the screen is all turtles. So today is officially episode 1. Last time me and Tana started off the pilot, but that was good. We had some fun, so we thought, why not do it? So we've switched things up a little bit. Basically, this is Turtles and Tea. We're going to do at least one Tuesday a month. We may even do more if the news piles up and what. And I didn't want to commit to the first Tuesday of the month in case I couldn't do it for whatever reason. So it is just one Tuesday a month. Expect me right here on this channel talking with the Super Turk and a special guest and talking turtles. So Turtles and Tea, episode 1. Welcome. So as I said, it is a special with special guests. I've mentioned the Super Turk already, so let me just bring them both straight in here. We've got the Super Turk himself, Super Turk 5000, and Jay's Toys Collection UK's joined us as well. Gentlemen.
Hello, hello, hello. How are we all on this good evening?
Beautiful. First of all, gentlemen, I just need to check, right? We've got the turtles, right? We all know we've got turtles, right? I just need to see if we all got the tea as well. We got the tea? Turtles and Tea?
My Channel 6 mug. Channel 6 mug. Yeah, I'm repping.
Cheers, gentlemen.
I've got the Spider-Man mug, not quite on brand. But...
I know. I need to sort out the brand myself. Tana's won us on that one. But how you doing, Jay? You good?
I'm all good, yes. I've had a day off work, so that wasn't too bad. So
very nice. Very nice.
Nice and relaxed.
Yes, always better. But we appreciate you joining us for the, as I said, officially now, episode 1 of Turtles and Tea. So yeah, let's talk some turtles, gentlemen. As I said, it's not something I usually get to do on a Thursday live stream. And me and Tana and whoever else, even as I said, you came dressed as a shocked turtle during the Halloween episode. But we try and sneak in turtle talk when we can during Legends and Liquor. But this show is all turtle talk because there's plenty to talk about, especially recently. So of course we'll get into that in a second. But as I said, I don't expect crazy amount of people watching live, but people do always watching the replay. So if you are on the replay crew watching this back, please let me know in the comments of the video. Let me know what you think of the show, if it's something you want to continue seeing, because me and Tana are going to do it anyway, let's be honest. And as I said, Jay's joining us today. So let me jump to the chat because we have got a few people just in here off the get-go I just want to say hello to. So let me see if I can get that open and just say hello. All right, okay. So Tac with film. Mark Tac, always a present. I appreciate you. You're around. Jamie's around as well. And the Wolfpack. I've got something very special from the Wolfpack soon. Rich M says Turtle Time. We appreciate you, Rich M. Shogun and Wu-Tang is here. Cheeky Monkey, you've heard of her, right, Jay? You know Cheeky Monkey.
I've briefly heard of her. Yes.
Yeah. Thought so.
She's asking where her tea is. To be honest with you, Jay, you're slacking.
Yeah, I did. I only made one mug full, really. Yeah, I might be the last.
I appreciate the purple colours there. Jamie knows how to win some bonus points, so I appreciate that. Okay, people that's watching, welcome. Anyone who trickles in, anyone watching the replay, welcome. So as I said, let's just get into it. We've got Tana and Jay. Let me just slow it down a little bit and just say, Tana, how are you doing, mate? You all right? Has it been a good week? Are you excited to talk some turtle news?
Of course, I'm excited to talk some turtle news. I've got tomorrow off, so I can stay up all night partying, talking turtle news, if whatever you guys want. Yeah, and it's just a case of I'm wondering. Yeah, will it ever stop, basically, so to say. It's a case of having a good time, having fun with two good lads right here.
It's weird, isn't it? Because, we thought about doing this show, and, that, as I said, there's lots of people lots of companies making really good product at the minute, toys, collectibles, etc. But it's mad, as soon as we announce this show, some of the biggest things drop, most expensive things drop as well.
It's a very busy week.
Yes, exactly, which is, as I said, which is perfect. It's why me and Tana had to sort of fast forward and get on stream quick, because we weren't planning to do this till the first week of December, but I was like, no, there's already plenty to talk about. And as I said, this is episode 1. So let's just not beat around the bush anymore, people. Let's just get into the main topic of the stream, because we're going to be on it for a little bit. Because there's lots to discuss. Hugo A just subscribed as well. Thank you very much, Hugo. As I said, if you are new Turtle fans jumping in the stream, as I said, do subscribe to the channel because I'm not shy of turtles, and I'm planning to have a turtle related review on the Tuesdays that I'm not here. So I'm going to try and make Tuesdays a turtle themed day on the channel all the same. But okay, let's get into this, gentlemen. The Super 7 Party Wagon. Okay, so let me just read the blurb. Let's do this officially, right? So here it is on the Super 7 website. So they teased this about a week ago or so, maybe 2 weeks ago now, where we just seen a picture of April in the van. So we knew the van was coming. And that was the point where we could start to get excited, but then also start to get a little bit worried because we know when it comes to Super 7, things cost a little bit more, if you will. We know recently we had the Thunder Tank, I think it is, from Thundercat. So we sort of had an idea of where the price range would be. So yeah, but let me just read this. It says the Ultimates Party Wagon features premium sculpting and paint, has a safari style windshield, freeway opening roof, swing out foot triangulating inside door, real rubber wheels, and all the turtle boot tools and accessories necessary to make this sweetest crime fighting ride around. It is 20.25 inches long, 13.8 inches tall, and 12.5 inches wide, right? So I don't know if you've got a tape measure at home, but just pull the tape measure out to those sizes and you will realize this. There you go. Like, so this thing is massive. Like, get out of your head the retro turtle van. Like, it's not the retro turtle van. Yeah. This is going to be massive. Like, thick, long. It can fit up to 6 figures in it. Like, if anyone's got the old retro wagon, you could barely fit the figures in the front. It didn't even have a driver's seat. This you can fit 6 Ultimate figures in. And if you've got an Ultimate, then you know these are pretty hefty as well. So just let me just, before we get into all the nitty and gritty and all the details and talk about the price and all of that, just, gentlemen, first impressions of a brand new 2021 updated Turtle Wagon for the adult collector. Tana.
So it's a girthy boy, isn't it, so to say? But it's a case of I'm going to forever refer to this as that bloody van, purely because of the fact that it looks so good. It looks so nice. It's just a case of it's that price point. It's a very high price point. And it's just a case of if they added a couple more things to it, because I was having this discussion with somebody at work. If they added got an electrician in, added some lights onto it, like electrics, or some die casting in, just because there's a picture where it's showing everything put together, and it's just all plastic. Yes, it's detailed plastic, but for that price point, I feel it needs a little bit more.
Obviously, the price point is a big point of conversation, but just put that to one side for 1 minute and just. Would you want a turtle party wagon for your adult collection? Is it something that you wanted? Are you happy with the retro?
Hell yes.
That's what I'm saying. Forget the price. Is a turtle wagon something you wanted?
Yeah, it's something I do want, and it looks good. Yeah, I will definitely go for this. Aside from the main talking point.
You're obviously, you've got a big Power Rangers collection and you're a big Zords guy. Like, you've got, so you obviously like vehicles and you like displaying your figures with the Zords and the vehicles. So this is a prime example of in your wheelhouse, as in something that I think you would appreciate the display of. But again, that talking point that I'm trying to avoid,
we'll come back to it, swing back around to it.
Yeah, as I said, it's something obviously we can't ignore, but I'm just trying to get first impressions of even having this available to us. So Jay, your thoughts?
It looks amazing, especially the detail inside at the back. I love the seats and the duct tape on the ripped up torn seats inside. So I think it looks great. The only thing I don't like is the fact you have to put your own stickers on. Because I'm terrible at putting stickers on. I know I just rip them, or they wouldn't be straight, and then because it wouldn't be straight, it would just absolutely drive me mad. So that concerns me. Would be the sticker sheet and the application of said sticker sheet.
There's sticker sheet,
obviously the sure we'll discuss after. But yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, as I said, obviously there's a big talking point I'm trying to avoid currently, There's the tease they originally showed. There's the tease with April. I still need to buy that April, but Mini Plastic Multiverse put me off. He said it's the worst figure he's brought, but I sort of need it. Now. Okay. So that's
Carl may have it on the cheap at the moment in the sale.
No, I'm tempted. Okay, so as these two were saying, I agree with them. As in first impressions of course, I want a turtle wagon, a party wagon, a turtle van, whatever you want to call it. Of course, I want it for my adult collection. I had it as a kid. I remember like one of my favorite toys as a kid, as I'm sure a lot of people my age it was, with other vehicles that we can talk about later on as well. So the fact that we can now get this again was great. Like I brought the retro re-release recently, thanks to the Wolfpack. They sent it out from the US. It never became available in the UK, very frustratingly. Jay's disappeared for a second. I'm sure he'll be back. So yeah, like I wanted a turtle wagon for my updated collection. Is he back again? Okay, he's back again.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Hello.
He's back.
There
again.
we go.
I'm back now.
It's all good. It's all good, my friend. So yeah, but okay, let's not avoid it any longer. Price point. This is on the Super 7 store, I believe. So Super 7 store. So obviously we'll do the conversion rates in a minute, but just initially, Super 7, $450. $450. That's a lot of money. It doesn't matter what currency you convert it into. Convert it to yen, to rubles, to whatever you want. It's a lot of money. Not a price point I was expecting. Just real quick before we get into it, what price point were you expecting off the bat? I personally was expecting about $350. So it's a little bit higher than my initial thoughts.
So with me, I was expecting like 250 to 300 tops, probably more towards the top end of 300. But yeah, it's just a dilemma at the moment what they did do, and it's worrying. Years down the line, I'm already looking years down the line when other things come. I'm already planning in my head what are they going to be, but we'll see what happens with regards to this then.
What about you, Jay? What did you expect it to be? If you knew Super 7 were going to announce a turtle wagon, how much did you think it would be?
Basing it on the Thunder tank, I was expecting about 100 less, so I think that was 450. So I was going about 350 because I didn't think it would be as big. It's a lot taller than the Thunder tank, though. But yeah, I think I've seen a lot of interviews with Brian Flynn since, and he's kind of been saying, I think that they're. See, if this was released maybe a year ago, it might have been 350, but a lot of their strategies have changed due to COVID and things. Now in the sort of 450 range.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a picture up of that interview with that Veebs did on the Fuchs, because he actually shows it. I didn't expect him to show it, but he shows it, and it's a beastie thing. So I'll see if I can get that up real quick, but stupid adverts are playing on YouTube, annoyingly. But yeah, I think comparing it to the Thunder Tank, I think this has a lot more play value to it. All right, so I've just got the image up. All right, there you go. So this is just a direct. This is on the Fusecast. Brian Flynn did an interview. If you're genuinely curious about this price, I would definitely recommend listening to this. Now, a lot of people will just ignore it and not listen to the facts. Where I try not to stress about things I cannot control. If it's out of my control, why am I stressing about it? There's nothing I can do about it. And like the price of this turtle wagon, there's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. I don't know the cost of manufacturing stuff. I don't know the cost of importing, shipping, sculpting, painting, build. Like, I don't know any of these details. So like when I hear him break it down, who am I to say he's wrong? Do you know, like, so he even said himself, he would like, obviously as a business model, it makes more sense for it to be at a cheaper price point because he wants to sell more. But it just isn't feasible to do it this good at a lower price point. Because like Tana said, there's a picture where they literally break it down. It's one of these over here. And it's really impressive, the amount of stuff into it. Now, again, I don't want to sit here and say it should... of course, I would like it to be cheaper. Who wouldn't like it to be cheaper? I'd be an idiot to say I wouldn't. But, like, if this is the only way for me to get a turtle van, there you go. That's the breakdown. This is the only way for me to get a turtle van with my Ultimates. This is going to be an epic display piece, first and foremost, to go along with the turtles, like a background piece. Like you can turn this into a diorama in itself. All you need is a little street scene, put this on the road, and you're good to go. Like, I think this is going to be very impressive in hand. But
sorry if I'm going to interject.
No, go.
Imagine if the headlamps lit up.
Oh, I agree.
Imagine you've got a stereo in there. Imagine if it like played the turtle song. Imagine if it played like a horn, a horn sound. It's just with that. Maybe I'm judging it too much on the HasLabs because they at least have lights in them and they're cheaper. Maybe I'm judging that. Maybe I've been walked towards that, but it's a case of because of what that's gone. I'm thinking for this price, something extra needs to be added. I would say.
I don't want to discuss logistics and things that I don't know anything about, but just from an outside perspective, I would assume Hasbro, billion-dollar company, one of the biggest toy companies on the planet, have been for many years. Obviously, they can do things a little bit differently than Super 7. And like for us, this seems like a popular thing because we all roll in the same circles when it comes to the online community. So when we're scrolling Instagram, I'm sure when this was revealed, we all seen about 20 posts, probably more, of everyone talking about this. But if I went on my missus' Instagram and scrolled hers, I wouldn't see one post because like we embed ourselves in this community, so we think it's massive, but it's actually minute compared to the bigger picture. So like we may think there's a massive market for this, but really when it comes to the population on the planet, it's like 0.0.0.0.0.0.1% would even consider buying this at any price point. So I'm not going to sit here and argue logistics with Brian Flynn. I'll have to take his word for it. But I want it, lads. That's the problem. I want it.
Of course. I do too.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and find... Because I could sit here and be a grumpy old man on the internet, just goes, oh, it should be cheaper, blah, blah, blah. But me having a YouTube channel and just doing that isn't going to make a difference. If anything, it just makes me look like a whiny, grumpy old man. I'm a grown man who buys toys because it brings me joy to see them on my shelf. So putting price to the side, it would bring me a lot of joy to have one of my favourite toys as a kid, adultized, is that a word? You know what I'm trying to say, right? Adultized? Yeah. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. Sure
modernised.
Yeah, modernised, adultised. Like I don't. Adultised obviously isn't a word, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's like an adult version of a toy that we adored as a kid. And the world's messed up now. Like shipping costs, all of that. Like everything on the planet is going up. I swear my bread has gone up. That I'm not happy about. But again, me making a YouTube video on the price of Hovis bread isn't going to change that. So me sitting here being grumpy about the price of this isn't going to change that either. And like when I add up everything I buy throughout the year anyway, trust me lads, it's a lot more than this turtle van
That's
is.
True.
Do you know? So
That's
like
true.
If I just don't buy 2 Marvel Legends a month for 8 months, this is funded. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a bit... Obviously, the maths is a little bit off, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like,
you don't have to pay at least until it comes out, apart from a little deposit. So.
Wow. I was saying to Tana, if you are interested in getting this is a sneaky little trick for anyone. Well, I don't even know if this is going to work, but places like Comic and Cocktails, good people there, Nat and Jeff, they accept PayPal credit, etc., etc. So you could buy this, like, put your deposit down, and then pay for it on PayPal credit when it actually gets in stock. And then have 3 or 4 months interest free to pay it off. Like when you don't, so you don't even have to pay for it until it's in hand, until you've actually got it. You don't even have, apart from the deposit, you don't have to pay for anything and no interest or anything like that. There's a way to pay for it. Like I was saying to Tana, like just put I think it's like £38 away every month for a year or something like that. Like. Again,
and it will be longer than a year because it's Super 7.
Exactly.
Yeah, they've got huge delays, haven't they?
Exactly, because you think if you already pay on Comic and Cocktails. Let me get the page up for Comic and Cocktails. Shout out, as I said, Nat and Jeff. This is where I buy the majority of my Turtles-related products anyway, if you will.
About 465, I think, on there.
Yeah, okay, so there you go. 465. 465, all right? You pay your deposit. All right? That's 50 quid. So now what's left is £414. So straight away, it's not as bad. It's 414. So as I said, like, By the way, I'm well aware. Anyone who's watching this going, Dan, you're an idiot. What are you doing justifying this? I am well aware this is too much money. Us as adults should be more sensible than this and go, no, thank you. I'm not buying it. However, there's people out there that spend this much money on a pair of trainers that are limited edition. No one complains about it.
It's the price of a hot toy.
Yeah, it's the price of a hot toy. Yes.
Who buy loads of hot toys a year, so many people.
Some people love going on holidays, right? Going extravagant holidays, or not even extravagant. Do you know, like weekend breaks? But you do a couple of them a year, 500. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't do that. I don't buy expensive clothes. This is how I spend my money. I like to buy these things. That's my choice. So like, I don't want anyone to tell me what I can and can't buy. Like, I want this, lad. So I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay the deposit with Super 7. And then just think, I've got a year to figure it out. I can go get a second job and go and deliver some papers. Go and get up early and go and put the milk on people's doorsteps for a few months. You know, if I want it, it's my choice. I can make it happen. So I completely agree. The price is a joke. And I'm with you, Tana. Like, lights would be amazing. Like, but maybe someone can customize that when it comes out. Or maybe someone... Because I swear I've bought like light packs for like Lego sets and stuff in the past. You know, someone will figure it out, I'm sure. But okay, I'll get off my pedestal. You guys tell me any opinions, thoughts on the price overall. Because as I said, I can't argue with Brian Flynn. If this is how much it's going to cost to make it happen, this is how much it's going to cost. What about you, Stan?
I again, it's a case of I would love one of these. Definitely love it. It would fit in nice with the collection, especially as I've got my Megazord collection as you've had, which as you've said, so it'll fit in quite nicely. Just, well, not quite to scale because it's about the size of a Megazord, but I also had the toy as a kid, and I remember how cool it was just having one. And it's just a case of even if you do buy it, because of the amount that will be sold. If you think of it like this as well, which is not a way you should be, the price will only go up on this because of collectors and this, that, and the other. Guaranteed.
It's a collector's piece. It really is. This isn't for kids. Yeah. No parent is spending £500 on this to give to their kid. This is a collector's piece. This is to be displayed, to be like loved, cherished, like ACBA, whatever you want to do. This is like you said, collector's piece that will not go down in value. It won't. Yeah. It won't.
Of course not.
Because it's not like
so even if you do open it and display it, it will still go up in value. And the amount of accessories, just as I was saying earlier, the detail is amazing. Just look at the sofas. You've got the faux leather sofas with the duct tape stretched over it. That's your typical 90s sofa, 80s, 90s sofa. People doing it like that.
Yeah, I swear I had a flat like that in my old house. I sofa like that in my old flat. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's a case of. Because I'm thinking of it in two minds. I'm thinking of it as the adult-brained mind, and I'm also thinking of it in the collector's mind. So somehow, especially with what you've said, you've got to come up with a alternative to make it work. Whether or not it's, I'm going to come out with stupidness here and say like, finding a sugar mama or something like that. You've got to find. I'm gonna find just like you. Find a way to make it work.
Where can I find a sugar mama?
Oh, you've already got a Mrs. Dan, so
she does make more than me. Get away with that. Yeah, it's 2021. She makes more than me. I get her. I'm not telling her the price of this. When this turns up, I'll be like, I got sent this. Didn't.
Although in saying that, when you do get it, it's probably wide enough. You can fit in Teddy and ride him around.
Seriously,
make him drive around. That'd be crazy.
I was joking on my stream on Thursday, saying like this is probably more. This turtle van is more expensive than my first car. Do you know what I mean? Like my first car was a Nissan Micra, and it got me to and from work, and it was cheaper than this turtle van that doesn't even actually drive. Do you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Yeah. So. I'm well aware the price is ridiculous, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not like.
No, of course, there's nothing.
This is what I'm saying, and I keep saying it over and over again. I refuse to be one of those grumpy old men on the internet moaning about the way companies work and blah blah blah. It's like no, just find the joy in something.
If you do, I'm going to start calling you Jim Cornette.
Yeah. Like I just, as I said, find the positive of it and like lean into the bits that you enjoy. Like, yes, of course, I would like it to be cheaper, but it's not, is it? So, do I want it or not? Simple as that.
Exactly. That's what it bubbles down to. How much do you want it?
And what's great as well, by the way, just to point out, this is so big. This is going to fit in scale with everything. This is going to fit in scale with any of your previous retro stuff. It'll be a little bit big, obviously, but it will fit will fit with it. Obviously, you'll be able to fit loads of retro figures. You can literally have this as a carrier case for some of your retro figures. It will fit with the Neca stuff if you wanted it to as well. Any of the Playmate stuff from any of the generations of the Turtles. This is still undeniably a Turtle van. And yeah, just there's the accessories. I like that it's got the run over Mouser. I'm not a fan of the spinning pizza rims. I don't need pizza rims, but I get the gimmick. It's got a couple of bombs like the original one did when you open the door.
And the door swings out like the original one did as well.
Yeah, it's not on a spring though, so you can just keep it open or close it. The front door's open as well. Like actually, the old one you had to like fit your figures in, but this time the actual front door's open so you can sit a figure in it, and the front top opens up like it does in the show. Like there's the sticker sheet. I agree with Jay, by the way. I'm not a fan of stickers, but
I'm 100% the same.
I don't have to put them on if I don't want to use them.
No.
I'll try and put the top one on properly, but other than that, I might not even put them on. Do you know, like I don't need them. I won't use them.
I mean, one thing I do like, the picture I do like that the original doesn't do, is that one. The one where Donatello's working on the truck like a mechanic. It opens up and it looks like he's working on the engine. You come with the tools as accessories, so you can just make it like the theme song. Donatello does machines. He can be working on his machine, right?
The old van actually had the engine in the back, but it was all just one color plastic. It wasn't detailed like this. So that is like a little similar to the original one, but this time it opens up, looks good. And as I said, accessories comes with a toolkit. They all come with like an extra hat or something. Like, I know that's not a selling point. I know it doesn't justify the price. Everyone gets a new hat. Easy. Worth the money. No, of course not. But it comes with all the tools. A welder's mask.
The winch.
Yeah, a winch.
I like the winch and chain.
Is that a real winch? I don't know if Super 7 have confirmed that. I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe that's a real winch and chain. I don't know. But yeah, I like the turtle shower helmet as well. Reminds me of something like Rocksteady would wear. Rocksteady would wear.
Yeah, it was Rocksteady. Yeah.
Maybe that is for Rocksteady. Who knows? Plunger.
Only one way to find out.
Indeed, yeah. But yeah, there you go. Like, absolutely insane. And I want it. I'm not gonna lie. This is something that you would build a collection around, and this is what got us into discussion of how far in now do we go with Super 7? Because for my rules, so again, rules change all the time, right? But my rules with Super 7 were, I'm all in with the Turtle Neca cartoon stuff, because that is my initial memories of Turtles, is that cartoon as a kid. But I also had the toys, but I didn't have all the toys. I just had some of them. So my rules with the Super 7 stuff would go for the 10-back figures, so which is the 4 Turtles, Shredder, April, Rocksteady, Bebop, Splinter, and a Foot Soldier. 10 back. They're the original 10 figures.
Well, you got to have Krang in there as well. I guess.
That's what I'm saying. That's what starts to get a little bit harder. Krang wasn't on the original 10. Yeah. So it starts to get a little bit... yeah, okay, I think Jay's back. Jay, you're back. You've changed location.
He's fallen down the well.
And we'll send... Hello.
I've become Timmy O'Toole.
You're good. Your internet all right, my friend?
I've had to reset the BT box, and I've come and sat right down by it and brought some friends with me.
There you go. Well, that's perfect. That's perfect, because we were just talking about Super 7. Are you all in with the Super 7 stuff, or...?
No, I was not in at all until last week when the Power Toys sale and reduced my favourite turtle, Leonardo. Also reduced Shredder. So I got those two because I thought I'm going to keep them mint on box on the wall. Okay. So that's kind of it for sort of Super 7. Because I didn't as a kid, I got really annoyed the fact that the turtles, especially Shredder, didn't look like he looked in the cartoon.
Yeah.
So they've always irritated me, but I just saw this and thought, oh, okay, I'll get it just for nostalgia of that irritation. So that's why I'm all in on the Neca line.
Looking at it on your wall, going, oh, I used to be irritated by that. Still am. I agree, by the way. That's a great point. As a kid, even as a kid, that bugged me. Is that the figures didn't look like it looked like on the cartoon. And like I was just saying to Tana, that is why I love that Neca turtle line so much. Is because it's accurate to the cartoon for the first time ever. So Jay, final thoughts on the turtle van. Like, you're obviously not even buying the Super 7 figures anyway. So, and we obviously Neca haven't been shy about saying they are of course doing their own turtle van. Now their turtle van will be accurate to what's on the cartoon. This turtle van is obviously an homage to the original Playmates one. So they will be different. They will be different. Like, I reckon the Neca one will actually have computers and stuff inside, not these ratty seats, if that makes sense, because Donatello had all the computers. And I'm pretty positive Neca's will be cheaper as well. Will the quality be different, better? Who knows? Who knows? That is to be found out. But do you want this? Does it make you itchy for more Super 7? Does it make you itchy to open up Leonardo to check him out and then go, let's get a van?
No, I've got so many turtle lines as it is. I'm all in on the movie stuff. I will be all in on the comic book stuff. I'm all in on Neca. So I was just ignoring Super 7, but I just couldn't resist a bargain in the sale for £35 before. Let's get that. But so no, I'll be passing on this. But yeah, I'd definitely be all in on that.
So Tana, you are all in on Super 7 now, right?
Well, when we was last in, so I was just picking up the turtles, the main characters like you. Then Mr. Tac Tac in the chat mentioned the Kapow sale. There goes another hole I've dug myself into, even if at the moment they are currently boxed up as I haven't got anywhere to put them, even with the reshuffle I've done over the course of the weekend.
Turtles took over.
Yeah, taking up the prime real estate at the moment.
As I said, I've been buying majority. I need maybe about 4 or 5. I've been buying like maybe 2 or 3 from every wave because we're only in wave 3, ain't we, so far? Wave 4 with the best Donatello, turtle Donatello, isn't even out yet. They saved the best till last, obviously. Do you know, like to build the anticipation, etc. I can see you both nodding in agreement. So I've been buying most of the waves so far, most of the waves anyway. So again, I only need a couple to complete, and that'll be a completionist. But I don't think I'm going to be a completionist. But I want the van. Let me just go to the chat real quick, because as I said, I don't want to neglect the chat. Rich M says, unless it can drive me to work, it's a no. That's fair enough. I have got a poll up in the chat right now that just simply says, are you buying the Super 7 TMNT Party Wagon? The choices were yes, absolutely, no way, or I would like to, but it costs too much. So far, 18% is yes, absolutely, 42% is no way, and 39% is I would like to, but it costs so much. So yeah, so far, no is winning, obviously. But I would like to, but cost so much is still up there. So, yeah, only a few people with me on this one, I'm afraid. Mark Tat says, I'm good at mentioning the Kapow sale. Follow Mark Tat if you want to know all the Black Friday sales. He's going to be the first finding all the bargains, I'm sure. Okay, let's move away from the party wagon, because we will get back to vehicles a little later. But let's stay in the realm of Super 7. And Tana, I'll take it to you. Like, you're a completionist, so are you getting this brand new TMNT Ultimates Undercover Raphael? This is a big bad Toy Store exclusive. So far in the UK, there is nowhere. It's not anywhere. It seems to genuinely just be a big bad Toy Store exclusive. So if you want it, you're gonna have to pay those extra prices to get it shipped from Big Bad Toy Store. So far, unless someone picks it up. But yeah, this one confused me, and I'll explain why in a minute. But first, you guys. Raphael in Undercover, does just remind you of the original movie maybe a little bit? Tana, what do you think?
So, as it's very well known, Raphael's my favourite turtle. As it's also well known, as you just pointed out, I'm a completionist.
Dangerous word, eh?
So I'm in for this. Even if the one glaring fact that you're about to bring up is kind of like going to mess with my OCD slightly, because I had the original version of the Undercover turtle.
Yes.
So it's a case of I did have that original version, and this isn't quite the same as the original, even if it is Raph, even if it is my boy Raph. But yeah, I've picked this up and I'm looking forward to receiving it when it does come.
Well, since you're a completionist, I guess those hats are molded on the head, which is annoying. Otherwise, I'd say you could swap the heads, and swap the hats. But sneakily, it seems like they've molded the head, so you can't do that. Jay, Undercover Turtles. Do you think Raphael?
I do, because I always associate it with the movie.
Yes, that would make sense.
But I think they make all of the turtles undercover. I think in the original line.
They do. Yeah, they do eventually get around to doing them all. There's obviously the Raph from the movie, Undercover. But for me as a kid, like Tana was alluding to, my favourite Playmates figure was Undercover Donatello. Right? And so far, Super 7 are leaning into the alternative versions of the Turtles. Wave 5 has the Samurai Leo. Wave 6 has the surfing Michelangelo. So I was guessing that we're going to get Undercover Donnie and Space Raph. However, this exclusive is just threw a spanner in the works, because I'm like, are they really going to do Undercover Donnie now that we've just got Undercover Raph? Or maybe that's why it's an exclusive, because it's just a one-off. Like, I don't know. So I'm now confused, as in, like, am I ever going to get Undercover Donnie? That is like the one Playmates figure that I would love to be remade and give the Super 7 treatment, just because it was just as selfishly, it was my favourite toy as a kid, the Undercover Donnie. But now I think they're going to go the Punk Donnie route, and if you know what I'm talking about, it's got the orange mohawk and stuff, which would be very toyetic, I'm not going to lie. But Tana, do you think we're going to get an Undercover Donnie, or do you reckon they've threw a curveball here?
No, I think we will get Undercover Donnie. I think what this is the way of, because what they've also done with previous exclusive figures is they've done glow-in-the-dark Baxter and glow-in-the-dark Mutagen Man. So what I think this is just the next one in line, because Raph, this is the next one in line with those exclusive where they don't officially affect the main line, but this is like a little bit on the side, which, because originally we never got a glow-in-the-dark Baxter or a glow-in-the-dark Mutagen Man. So I think this is just the next one in line like that, because there was no con either. I still think that it'd be stupid not to do Undercover Don, just purely because I had it, you had it, God knows how many other people had it. I think that was the one most people I see on the groups had. I just think this is a way to get the mold out there to see what it's like as well. So
if you follow the Super 7 sort of pattern with reaction figures, the alternative versions of the Turtles they did in reaction were Undercover Don, Samurai Leo, Surfer Mike, and the Space Raph. That was the alternative versions of the Turtles on the reaction line. So that's the way we all just guessed they were going to go in Ultimates as well. But I don't know. I'm throwing a wild prediction out here to live on YouTube. I don't think we're going to get Undercover Donnie now. I think we're going to get Punk Donnie or someone different. I think this proves we're not going to get Undercover Donnie, annoyingly. And I'm annoyed that these hats are sculpted. Otherwise, you could just buy this and have an undercover, switch up the accessories and have an undercover whoever. But who would you like to see undercover, if any, Jay?
I think, well, I would always go for Leo because I love Leo.
So.
But I think you will get Donnie. I think they'll put Donnie in the main line undercover, and I think we'll get the other two as more alternate exclusives in the future. I think they'll do all four Turtles undercover, so maybe next year's SDCC exclusive, they'll give us Mikey undercover and then go from there.
Wouldn't be mad about it. Wouldn't be mad. I'd be quite happy with that. I've brought an extra set of the Toon undercover Toon Turtles from Neca, so I can literally have a whole set displayed undercover style. These are easily the best Neca Turtles as well. So
looking forward to those coming.
Yes, and
we're gonna have a full set of feet.
That's what. Seriously, I've ordered 2 sets just to make sure amongst the 2 sets I at least get 1 full set of feet for Donnie. But to be fair, the community hooked me up, and you can't really tell. My paint job ain't amazing, but you can't tell. I've sorted it out. He's all right. He's still got his stick anyway, his staff, if you need some help. Okay, so you said you've already got this, right, Tana? You've already pre-ordered this? This is locked in?
I did, yeah. This is locked in with BBTS. As I said, I can't not, because it is Raph. So with the conversion, it works out a little bit cheaper as well, because it's getting direct from America. Hopefully, I don't get stung with the custom charges when they do bring it in. Fingers crossed, but we shall see.
That's always the fear, isn't it? $54.99. So how much did it cost all in? Did if you don't mind saying, Tana?
I can't remember because they haven't actually taken it yet. They take the entire when it comes. So yeah. So as of the moment, they haven't taken anything.
Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah. You won't get stung with import tax now either, because BBTS have changed their policy since Brexit. So your orders under $150, they'll charge you the 20% VAT when you finally check out with the delivery.
So you're not going to get hit.
My gargoyle, when I've just got Goliath through, and it's all on the invoice, and it's all paid at its source now, and they declare it on the invoice. So
nice. That's good to know. That is very good to know. Because usually you get hit with a Royal Mail handling charge, and then the tax on top of that. So that's good to know, Jay. But I'm assuming you'll be avoiding Super 7s now until they hit some sort of super sale again. And Mark Tac hits up your DMs and says, "Oi, it's in the sale."
Yeah, these sales they started me off on Thundercats. That's the next issue.
Did you buy Panthro?
I did buy Panthro, yes.
I wanted to, but I didn't want to change his blue bottoms. It seemed too awkward. I just wait for the re-release.
I haven't been brave enough to change them yet. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I also then went back and bought everything else that was on order from Thundercats.
Ah, no, he's down the hole. He's down there. No wonder he can't afford turtles. All right, let me close this. Okay, so this was revealed a couple of weeks ago now, I believe. It was rumoured for a long time. Swinging now to NECA, moving away from Super 7. The other company that takes all our money when it comes to turtles. So they've recently redid the original Casey Jones and put Casey Jones in an Ultimate, where you actually got the unmasked head and the mask separate. And that was like pretty pricey. And me and Tana were talking about picking that up, but just basically for the unmasked head. However, this rumoured 2-pack that was farm 2-pack for a long time, it's officially been revealed. It's Casey and April as they were on the farm when the turtles are sort of finding themselves again, if you will. And they're both just incognito. And this Casey Jones comes with that same unmasked likeness and the Casey Jones mask as well. So I'm thinking, I don't need that Ultimate Casey Jones anymore. I'll just get this one, and this is how I display the likeness. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm not talking about prices. I know I've just said I'm buying a £500 turtle wagon, but this is 70-something quid as well. What's going on? Are you in, Tana? Are you in for this?
Yeah. So last time out, I pre-ordered the other one at Toys R Us. I did message them going, listen, I didn't expect the farm set to come out so soon. Would it be possible to cancel it and just order the farm set instead? They were totally fine with that. So, so I am all in with this. As I said, I can't not be in with this. Previously, this is one of my favorite movies of all time, especially with them dressed like that. They're on the farm and they're getting closer together. And you got that one. You got these sketches in there as well, which is really, really cool.
Nice
that
touch.
Was
nice
touch. And the pencil. So it's just Casey busting out his Mr. Bombastic skills to get closer to April.
How many carpets are going to eat up that pencil for April? So many carpets around the country are just going to eat up that pencil, and no one's ever going to see it again. So bloody tiny.
I didn't realise it came with a pencil.
Tiny little pencil, Jay. Look, let's go back to the box. There you go. Look, sword, pencil, hammer, some more turtle wax, because they're paying for that in the accessory set, or not put it in here again. Binoculars.
Casey's open massage hands so he can massage April.
This is, as I said, this is a pricey set as well. Again, if you brought this and just on the party wagon, you're nearly £600. Absolutely insane. Turtles, what are turtles doing to us? But like Tana said, this is a movie turtle. So I'm assuming, Jay, movie turtles, you all in with this type of stuff?
I am. I haven't ordered this one yet because I have ordered the other Casey Jones with the masked head. So I've still got the original. So my plan is to sell the original one. Once the money comes in for that, will pay for sort of half of this. Then I'll order this one as well. So that's the working strategy in case I cave by it too early.
Got to play the game, ain't you? You got to play the collecting game, buy and sell, like the stock market.
They've literally got me on this, literally for the bits of paper. I just want the artwork there. I just remember that bit.
I do have a printer at home if you want me to just print some stills off. It's absolutely fine. Do you actually like this look? Out of this movie, obviously they're milking now the movie for everything. Like, there's still a couple of main characters. Well, not main characters. A couple of side characters they can still give us. But in regards to alternative looks to these figures, are you happy with these? Could you think of a different version of them that you'd want from the movie? Tana?
Unless we're talking about a certain raincoat, which we've agreed we're not including. Unless we're talking about a certain raincoat, I think they've got the two major looks down with the normal look and with the farm look. I can't remember another look going on. Casey is literally the same. He looks like he's ready to lounge at home on the sofa, just chilling out in his dirty vest.
What about you, Jay? Can you think of any other alternative look you'd want from the movie, or do you like the?
I won't mention we shall not mention the raincoat.
Yeah, that's a sore subject.
Yeah, no, Casey. That's just Casey's classic look, isn't it, on the farm? The April, that's not. It's the fact she's got the new knees, isn't she, on this version?
Yes.
I've got the first version that I got directly from Neca with the dodgy knees.
Same.
So at least this will help with the knee issue.
Yeah, frustratingly, I've also got the dodgy knee version of April. So yeah, at least this April has better knees, I guess. I always say, and I say this in regards to Legends or whatever else I collect, I always want my mind's eye versions of these characters on the shelf. So like when I think of mind's eye, these looks aren't the looks that come to me when I think Casey Jones. When I think Casey Jones, I'm thinking of him in the hockey mask with the hockey stick, ready to fight. And when I think April, I think Reporter April. So do I need these on the shelf? No, I don't think so. I think I can live without them, but I will be picking them up because it's a way to get the likeness of Casey Jones. And again, like, we've got so many figures now, you can spread out the display, and it's not like you're going to have a bunch of April standing together. You'll have them in separate spots. And I still want that raincoat. Like, I know I don't like talking about it, but I need that raincoat. Like, that's April O'Neil. The first time you see April O'Neil in the Turtles, she's standing there in the yellow raincoat as a little wink and nod to the cartoon and the toys. And the comic, obviously. So, yeah, I want the raincoat. Tana, make it happen for me.
I'll be sure when I find my sugar mama to cut you in for a raincoat as well, yeah?
Yeah. Well, the Wolf Mother was in the chat. I don't know if she is available. Does she want to be a sugar mother? We'll find out. Change her name to the Sugar Mother. Miguel will stop sending me stuff if I keep talking like that. Sorry, Miguel. Sorry, Miguel.
Miguel's already dubbed himself my what's the word I'm looking for? My rival. So it's a case of if I did that as well, he may end up coming over to London to like strangle me or something. So you never know.
Dante's in the chat. Dark Zoka's in, the host of the Infinity Equation podcast. He says check out Tekken Collect's 3D printed van. Yeah, we're gonna have to get DJ on in here to show off his 3D printed stuff. I know he's in the process of printing off a van, and there's some pretty impressive pictures online. So yeah, 100%. We'll get DJ to come on and show us his printed van. Maybe he can make us a van cheaper than Super 7. We shall see. The Wolfpack Tour review said, she's taken. Sorry, Miguel. So sorry. I never speak like that again. My bad. Viper guy says, guys, check out Toy Trash. They have a Black Friday sale on, and the Neca Milkman and the Mondo Gecko are $19.99. Amazing prices. I completely agree, Viper, but damn it, they got me from when they originally came out. I can't not. I'm impatient, and you never know what's going to sell out and what's going to go on sale. You just don't know. So it's not, you can't really, in this day and age of collecting, you can't wait for the sales because you don't know what's going to even make it to sale. You don't know what's going to stay in stock or anything. So if you really, really want something in your collection, you just have to buy it. You just have to put up and get it. Wolf Mother says, sorry, I can only support one toy collector a year. Oh, okay. Well, there is a new year coming around, Wolf Mother. Do you know what I mean? Like 2022, brand new year.
Are we entering applications now?
yeah. Well, tell us where to send them. I don't want you sending nudes to inbox, all right, Tana? All right?
No.
Be
I'm a gentleman, perfect gentleman.
Be careful, Wolfman. Be careful. Miguel's gonna be blocking us all now. He's gonna become all our rivals.
If you could just get Amanda into toy collecting down,
no way.
The cost then.
I try. She hates the word nostalgia because I blame nostalgia on all of my purchases. I'm like, but it's nostalgia. Can't help it. Hook it to my veins, people. Hook it to my veins. All right, let's keep moving through the news. So we're all going to be picking up that. Something else I assume we have all picked out, which is started shipping. So official word from Neca this very week is that their San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, the Channel 6 newsroom, has now started shipping. So hopefully, fingers crossed, lads, by the end of the year we should have this in our midst. But we shall see. There's still some time left. But still, it's nice to know that it's shipping. And they've also revealed the packaging. And the Foosh obviously got their hands on it first. And have put up some nice, pretty pictures as well. So the packaging's pretty good. We've already seen this anyway when they revealed it. With the Channel 6 building on the side. There's like a TV with April on it as well on the back or the front, which I quite like. Out the slip cover. And then, of course, you get them all in there. Nice, pretty promotional pictures of the figures in box, which is always nice to see. It means someone's got it in their hands. It means we'll be next. These are, by the way, as a kid, I never had the Toon, like the newsroom, or any of the newsroom characters, apart from April, obviously. But I really wanted Verma. You know, like, as a kid, like, she's who's the police robot that she falls in love with? Oh, what's his name? Come on. Take my turtle card away from me at this point. Anyway, I had that episode on a VHS, and I used to watch that loads. So that episode's embedded in my brain, and Verma's obviously in that. And yeah, crazy. And even though I've already got one April, at least getting this April, and I can now have the cat April, which is nice. And it's the same with Vernon. Like, I know I've already got one Vernon, but now I can have him as Rat Vernon, and have this as a normal Vernon. So even the characters in this set that we already have in our collection, it's justified getting a second one, if that makes sense. Let me keep going through these pictures here. So
yeah, the robot's name is Rex One.
Of course it is.
So
I should have known that.
Yes.
I should have known that.
Yes, I've seen the super producer just post it in the chat.
Rex One, of course. My bad.
Rex One, I have Googled it as well. So
yeah, I should have knew that. Yeah, he says, come on, you're so cool, Turtle fans. Ask me any other day, in any other conversation, not a problem. Rolls off the tongue. Put me on a live stream with lights in front of me. I'm like, what are the turtles called? Right. Lads, Channel 6 newsroom, shipping soon. Are you excited? Do you want these figures? I'm assuming it's on your way, right?
Yeah, so mine is on its, hopefully on its way. I have pre-ordered it. I got it in the con. Hopefully it arrives by Santa and his reindeer. Bring it by Christmas. Yeah. Fingers crossed. I mean, before that, though, it looks like the other pre-orders that went up quite recently have also been shipped as well. So again, the Groundchuck and the Dirtbag and the
Screwloose.
Wingnut and Screwloose, yeah, they're also on their way as well. So fingers crossed.
I keep checking the tracking for that, but the tracking's not moved in a few days. So I think we've just got numbers at the minute. Jay, what about you with the newsroom?
Oh, I'm so excited for this one. Literally, since they released Casey Jones, that was like my most anticipated figure. This was next. So happy to get the news team ready. They're such a pivotal part of the cartoon. I just couldn't wait for them to release them. But if you remember the experience at the time, England wasn't a country when we were trying to check out if you all had that issue too.
So frustrating, yeah. Yeah, this day, as I said, the Neca store stresses me out because you know it's going to crash. It's just going to crash. The same thing happened with an April O'Neil. Like, I was willing to pay the extra price just for that stupid raincoat. But I was there on time, but there was no international order for it. So I had to wait. I had to go back to work. And then as soon as I go back to work, they put up the international order like 20 minutes later. And like Jay said, with this, UK wasn't even an option for checkout. It was ridiculous. But yeah, the accessories look amazing as well. Are you likely to display the accessories on your shelf, or they just sit in a box?
I'll put them on the shelf. I'll put them on the diorama on the street scene building. I think I just scatter them around, or most of them anyway. There's quite a lot, isn't there?
Yeah, I've seen some really good dioramas and displays that you can do for these. What about you, Tana? Will you make a display?
I think with this, because I've already got an April and a Vernon out already, and the inside of the box looks like the newsroom. So I think, you can cut it out. So I think it may be perfectly okay to like because my dial is already full anyway, keep them in box, so at least you can take or take them out and you can take pictures for the ACBA community. For that, brilliant. Or even just keep them in box and put, because you've got the building on the side of the box, you can put it next to the dial, just so it's like a big building next to where the dial ends as well. And it looks like the newsroom is just there as well. So
yeah,
I could see the aspect of both.
Bravo on the pictures, by the way. These pictures are really, really nice. If these yeah, I can't do ACBA, but these pictures just show you how fun these figures are. There's the Rat King with both the rats. That obviously, if you've got that 2-pack, you can do it. Wait, do they come with Starbucks? Yeah, these are so good, people. So
it comes
good.
with turtle soup, I think, doesn't it? A bowl of turtle soup.
Yeah, telephone. I love that we get April with a cat. Again, it's another episode I remember fondly as a kid. Definitely doesn't come with a cage, but that would be a nice touch. Yeah, it's crazy. All these years later, like these characters that are like embedded in my brain, now like accurately in plastic, which is insane. Yeah, there you go. There's your bowl of turtle soup. Little telephone, little rat, mouse, wind up mouse. There's your 2 cameras. Some people were buying this set just for the accessories, by the way, which is crazy. But yeah, there you go. A cat and then the 2 turtles. And they return to turtles. But yeah.
I bought one turtle set just for pizza once.
What turtle set?
When they repainted the cartoon turtles, they did them in the brighter colours.
Yes.
I've already got the original ones, but I think the original SDCC box set had the actual pizza box with the pizza in.
Yes.
It didn't come with the other ones, so I bought the new ones just to take the pizza out. So I spent £55 for a bit of pizza and had to wait to sell them off, which took ages.
Yeah, that's the part of the collecting game, isn't it? Sometimes you have to buy something, keep what you want, and then sell off the rest and take the hit. Sometimes you can make your money back. But yeah, this is a beautiful box set. As I said, shipping soon. So obviously keep an eye on your Neca store. That's the only place you were able to get it. It was in July, I believe, or June. Yeah, July. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Hopefully shipping soon. And lads, if you get shipping notice for any of this sort of stuff, hit me up, let me know, because I'm assuming if you get your notice, mine won't be far behind. So I'm excited to get this on the shelf. As I said, characters I've wanted for years, 30 plus years, I guess. Okay, next up, let me close that. Next up, okay, let's go back to some retro stuff. I told you there was a lot of news to talk about. So, retro turtles. So, recently, I should have brought all this stuff down, so I've got it all upstairs. But recently, Playmates have been obviously leaning into the nostalgia of the collector community, and they have been reissuing some of the old Playmates turtles on new card backs. In the US, Walmart even had their own version of the card back, which was a throwback to the original. And then they've done these box sets, which have 6 of the carded figures in. There was a sewer one with the 4 turtles, Shredder and Splinter. And then there was also like a modular drill villains one, which had Rocksteady Bebop, Krang, Slash. Who else did I have in it? A Foot Soldier and someone else. One of the other villains. Someone can remind me in the chat. But anyway, they're on the reissuing hype, if you will. And then this one caught me off guard. This is something I didn't expect to see. They are reissuing in a 4-pack the 4 like sports-related turtles as a kid. As I said, they did these turtles as every type of mix, mash, whatever, during the 90s and 80s. So sport turtles, I remember as a kid having the hockey player Leonardo. I remember that fondly.
I've still got that. That's the only figure I've got
Yeah.
from my childhood. Is hockey. He's in the garage just there.
Yeah, I had a memory of my dad used to work away a lot. And like he used to always bring his presents when he come back. He used to work abroad, so he used to come back with like, like European carded figures. Like, and I remember he came back one night, and we knew he had presents for us, and we couldn't sleep, and he ended up just giving us some in the middle of the night, so we'd leave him alone. And it was literally that Leonardo, that hockey player Leonardo, and that memory's always stayed with me. So I've got a fondness for these sports related turtles. I know Donnie is the slam dunking one as well, which is what they've done here. But I don't remember the other ones. Raph as a footballer, I slightly remember, but Mikey is a skateboarder. Doesn't really seem sport related. That just seems like it's Michelangelo on any day of the week. And then Leonardo is a footballer, well, American footballer, it seems. So these are fun, just a little reissue. I'm sure this set will be about $40, $50, if that. Just a little retro throwback, as I said, all about that nostalgia. And they've also done something else, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Firstly, Tana, do these interest you at all? Throwbacks to the Playmates, Sports, All-Stars?
I mean, they look really, really nice, especially with Leo ready to throw the touchdown, Raph ready to score. They're all getting ready for points. I think it's not quite for me. I think the Playmate styles are a little bit smaller than the 6-inch, 7-inch style.
Yeah, of course.
I'm normally accustomed to. So, as nice as these look, and I'm sure there'll be more in that box, because in the other boxes there were like 6. Was there?
Yeah, it says on the listings though. There's a listing on an Australian website. Culture Shock Collectibles. So this is on JC's TNI Toy News. He said, thanks to the Australian retailer Culture Shock Collectibles, we have a look at 2 of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle retro figure sets coming from Playmates Toys here in the US, which will likely be Walmart stores, though it's only guess on my part, as that's how they're going to be released. So yeah, the All Stars is only a 4-pack, it says. Yeah, so just these 4.
I think it said there was Splinter and Shredder that's reading that on the bottom line. I think it said it's a 6-pack.
Well, I'll show you that in a minute, Jay. You're getting ahead of
different.
Yeah, you're getting ahead of us. Getting ahead of us.
Oh, that's a different thing.
So yeah, just these 4. As I said, these ain't for like. These are just nostalgic pieces. I doubt anyone's buying these to fill gaps in their collection. These are just like nostalgic throwbacks. I'm curious to see the card back, because if I remember correctly, the sports, as the logo says there, All Stars, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the card back was different for the sports turtles. So if they've done a fun sort of reissue of that original card back, I may be tempted. But the frustrating thing is that these never become available in the UK. None of the retailers in the UK pick these up from Playmates. Don't know why. There's clearly distribution issues. So if you want these, I get help from my American friends or import it from somewhere. So for a set that should be quite cheap and just a fun little pickup, turns into a ball ache trying to pick up because of the prices and stuff. So a little bit frustrating. But like Jay was saying, there is another retro re-release that Playmates are doing, which is this 6-pack of the Turtles from 2012, which does have Splinter and Shredder, like Jay correctly pointed out. Now, this generation of the Turtles, I'm not going to lie to you, lads, I know zero about. This one, I was out of the game. Wasn't watching Turtles, wasn't buying the toys at this stage. I think I'm more aware of the 2003 Turtles, but these stylized, blocky sort of Turtles, yeah, this is when the animation went into like 3D type animation, if I remember correctly, on Nickelodeon, and I was way out the game by then. So these Turtles, unfortunately, do absolutely zero for me when it comes to me wanting my nostalgia fix. But any of you's got any fondness towards the 2012 Turtles?
So earlier this year, I picked up the Revoltech version of these, and those are so nice.
They're like the best versions of these Turtles, right?
Exactly, yeah. Because I have those, I have no need or desire for these versions, purely because once you've got the best versions of that character, fine. They never did a Shredder, they never did a Splinter. This comes with that, but I'm not going to buy a pack of 6 just for 2 figures. So I will gladly just say thanks. They look really, really nice, but unfortunately not for me. But I do like how we're going back to a turtle van. The box is like a little turtle van. Yep,
they've done that type of stuff before, but it makes it collector friendly, I guess. Again, it's just a way to reissue these figures. So are you a fan of this version of the Turtles then? Like, did you watch it, or did you went back and rewatched it, or anything like that?
So I've seen a couple of episodes here or there. The action scenes are really, really good. The story's interesting. I need to watch it all to get a complete picture. So I don't have as much as a connection to it as I do, say, the 80s Turtles, say the 04 Turtles, or even the movies. But I have knowledge of these guys.
Okay, cool. Jay, what about you? What about you with the 2012 Turtles? Any type of asphyxiation towards these at all?
No, I've never watched any modern Turtles at all. So no, it doesn't really do a lot. The only modern thing I have done, I say I brought a prop. I say is the IDW Turtles
Nice.
comic series. That's the only modern thing that I've read in terms of Turtles. But this is absolutely amazing. This run, so I definitely recommend it. Anybody who hasn't read the IDW Turtles stuff.
Yeah, I've not got
really
that. Tana's got his thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
Is that the trade paperback or is that a hardback there?
It's there's about 11 volumes of the hardback, so I get it on the right shot. Yeah, so it's the hardback. It collects about 15, 20 issues, I think, and about 11 of them.
Yeah.
I bought like a bulk of 10, about 25 each. So I just bought a bulk of 10 and just been reading through them. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. How far are you through? Do you mind me asking, Jake? Or where in the story have you got up to?
I'm only in the 3rd volume for that one because I've also been reading at the same time. Brought all the props today. The original one as well. I've got the sort of black and white of the original. Has also been re-released by IDW in hardback, so I've been going through that as well. So again, and they're really good. So that makes me hopeful for comics stuff from Neca.
They are leaning that way in the new year. They're moving away from arcade, and all the specialist comic stores are going more into the comic Turtles. So maybe we will see more in the new year. Just jump into the chat real quick. Toying Around says, I have Raphael that played baseball. Playmates stays repackaging. Thirsty for Chicken says, how can you even host this show? Guys, please watch the show. It is the best version of the Turtles in show format. Interesting. I have no doubt, by the way, I've went back and rewatched some of the episodes of the 80s cartoon. I'm well aware certain episodes do not hold up at all. Like they're not.
They've aged horribly.
Yeah, some of them ain't good. Like some things you just want to keep in your head and not revisit. But I can't speak for this show. I can't watch. As I said, my nostalgia with the Turtles comes with the movies, the toys, and the original cartoon. And then as I was a teenager, I moved away from it. So yeah, in 2012, I was definitely out of the game. So I didn't watch any of this, unfortunately. I wasn't even a fan of the style of them or the animation. Like it's not even it's just I was just put off. I looked at them and went, "These ain't my Turtles," and was a bit naive to it. But
one thing, sorry to interrupt. The one thing I do like about this is this style is that it's got a quite anime style, especially when they go stealth mode and their eyes just fade to white. That's quite cool. That's an interesting concept. But I haven't got that much more of.
They just look blocky to me. They just look like blocky sort of. Do you know when when animators are like just building the sort of shapes of a character before they proper animate it, like just blocky versions of the Turtles. Like I don't know. It's just again I look at these and say they're not my Turtles, but these Turtles are whole generations versions of the Turtles. So I'm not throwing any shade at them at all. Just not for me personally. But Nick, Thirsty for Chicken, he seems to be a big fan, and he's got a good taste, so I believe him.
Like three old men talking turtles need the younger blood in.
Yeah, well, it is called Turtles and it is called Turtles and Tea, so that should give people a hint that we're at that age where we just sit down and just want to sip tea and talk some turtles. Yeah, okay. Now, keeping in news and swerving away a little bit, this is something I am very unfamiliar with, but maybe Tana can help us out a little bit. So this is, if I've written it down correctly, the 5K Toys / Fury Toys Samurai Leo. So it's a third-party Samurai Leo figure, and I'm trying to get some decent pictures up.
Have they actually dubbed this Leo, or have they just named it Samurai Turtle?
It's Samurai Turtle Spring. It's not even Leo, but he's blue, so it has to be Leo, right?
Yeah. So it's unlicensed figure.
Sneaky.
It looks brilliant. If they end up doing something with that resembles the Last Ronin, because it resembles it so much, and these look so good. I may pick up if they a Last Ronin if they do something like that. If they're going for the Japanese style culture with like ninjas, samurai. I may pick up the Ronin.
So if this version of Leo in quotes, is this an actual like version from the comics from something like? I don't recognize this character design for Leo. I know it's Leo because he's a turtle, he's wearing blue and he's got swords. But where's this character design pulled from? Is this completely unique and new?
Unique and new. I think it's an independent design because I don't recognize it to any comics. Especially with like the helmet and the armor like that. Maybe if at a push on the IDW series. I really don't want to say what I'm about to say because it may spoil something for Jay. It kind of could remind me of something from there, but I'm not going to go that much more into it.
So I know, obviously, this is brand new, third party, not official, but it's up for pre-order. If you're a Turtles fan, this is Turtles and Tea. We thought it'd be interesting to just have a little glance at it. Does look cool. Does look very nice. Some nice accessories.
It certainly does look good, doesn't it?
The hat, interchangeable head with a mask. Is it an interchangeable head? Yeah,
I think it's just a removable helmet as well.
Oh, okay. So it seems like it's got a mask with a helmet, 2 swords, interchangeable hands. Looks interesting. Jay, do you recognise this? Did you know this? Like,
I don't know. I assume it again. It's just their own concept of that. I thought I heard Robo say it isn't actually that tall from watching the news. I thought it might only be like sort of 4.5 inches. It's not.
It doesn't.
It does say 112, doesn't it? But
yeah, it says 112.
Yeah, about 12 centimeters. Yeah.
Q3 2022. Samurai Turtles Wave 1 Assassin Spring. So I'm assuming if you're going to start doing some third-party Turtles, you don't just do one and stop, right? You're going to have to do some more. And if you, like you said, if they do a Raph that sort of resembles the sort of Ronin version, that may be very popular.
I'm not saying Raph is the Ronin, but if you want to say that, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with you for anyone who hasn't read it.
I don't know anything. I just assumed. Are you picking this up, Tana? Or is this something just your conversation?
No. I get more than enough turtle stuff to warrant picking this up. As I said, the only one I'll consider getting if they do is if one resembles a Last Ronin.
Interesting.
But other than that, I would love to have the space to incorporate these, but you got to draw a line somewhere, I would say.
Does it intrigue you at all, Jay? Anything that you pick up just out of curiosity?
No. Like I say, I've got plenty that I collect, so no, I'd be able to pass on something is quite a nice feeling. Well, yeah, it is quite short. It says 12 centimeters. So it's about 4.5 inches.
Well, turtles are short, I guess. But you can't buy it anyway, Jay. It's sold out.
Oh,
sorry.
well.
Sorry, Jay. Sorry about that, Jay.
A shame.
But there you go. So there's something a little bit different. Samurai Turtles, a bit of third-party Turtles for you. Okay. Let me just jump to the chat, and then we will get into our actual sort of wish list, if you will. Because if you couldn't tell, people, the main point of discussion for today's stream was, of course, the Turtle Van, the Wagon, the Party Wagon from Super 7, and the price point, and are we buying it? Do we want it? Is it worth it? All of that. So that got us thinking. It's like, okay, so if vehicles are now a possibility for our collections, whether it be Playmates versions of Super 7 or Neca with the cartoon toy line, what vehicles would we want on our shelves? What would make really cool display pieces? Like, what would have good play features? What are just nostalgic? Like, so I set the challenge to Tana and to our guest Jay today to pick a vehicle that they would like to be made in the modern era. The same way that Super 7 have sort of upgraded the old Playmates Party Wagon into the sort of modern day collector, adult, sort of bigger, bulkier, more detailed. Like, what vehicle within the Turtles universe would you like to see get this same treatment? Like, what would you buy? So, Jay, you're our guest. So, how about you go first? And I'll just get the picture ready. And let us know what you would like to sort of be remade.
Well, again, the old word nostalgia. So I didn't have a van or anything like that as a kid, but I did have a turtle blimp.
A blimp. Interesting. Okay, so let me just pause before any of us talk about a blimp. This is the part of the show where we shout out the sponsor of Turtles and Tea. It's a big box. Let me go full screen just for a second. me go full screen. Can any of you read that? What's that? What's the tape say? They've got their own official tape and everything.
It says Sugar Mama.
Sugar Mama. This was sent via the Sugar Mama, aka the Wolfpack. Talking to the mother, not my gal. No, of course. This was sent by my toy hunting companion from across the pond, my favourite toy hunting family. It is called the Wolfpack. So, I'm sure you can guess what's in here, but let me... sorry, you can see my address. Come and visit me. Let's open this up. So, I've genuinely not opened this up, my gal, so I'm hoping it's all intact. And if it's not what I think it is, that'll be pretty funny. But I'm hoping it's Turtles and Tea related. Okay, so this is very nice... official tape you've got, Miguel. Mark Tac using his channel membership token there, I think, to say, I'd love to see a Super 7 Ultimate Foot Cruiser. Ooh, that would be good. That would be good. We'll talk about vehicles in a second, but this was just the perfect opportunity to talk about this. And to be honest, I just wanted to make Jay jealous.
The anticipation.
I know. I'm sorry.
Don't put the knife through the middle of it.
It was well packed. It was well packed.
There should be a drum roll going here.
You can see it. I need to take it out of the box. Oh, this is super nostalgic. Very well packed by the Wolfpack. Thank you very much, Miguel. Look at this, people. Turtles and Tea. The Turtles re-release of the blimp. The Turtle blimp. Wacky action aircraft blows up to 30 inches long. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not think as a 33-year-old man that I would be able to rebuy this super nostalgic piece I had as a kid. Now, the packaging is a little bit skew-if. It's not exactly the same as it was, but it still gives off the feelings of the early 90s. Donatello says Radical Ride. Raphael says Calabunga. Definitely something not Raphael would say. Spin it round to the back. There you go. So this is a bit of a mishmash, as it's the original blimp design, but then the 2012 craft. So it's a little bit skew-if, but it's close enough, right? It's close enough. So let me go back to Jay. First question I have to ask you, Jay, is that, did this make you jealous? Are you a little bit jealous?
A little bit, Jeff.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
It's a smidge, just a smidge.
I just wanted
but
to
it's only 30 inches long. So if it's in 7-inch scale, we could be talking 60 inches long.
All right, we know Cheeky Monkey Kiara is a fan of now. But yet, are you jealous? Are you jealous, Tana? A little bit.
Of course, mate. I had one of these when I was younger as well. Where it's gone, nobody knows. But
nobody knows. True.
Nobody knows.
It's true. Nobody knows.
Yeah, but it's a lovely little nostalgic piece. It's good to go back at, especially as you got it goes well with your original Playmates van that you've got as well. So have them side by side.
Indeed, yeah. Now, lads, do I open this right or keep it on card? Like that's the real dilemma out of all this. What are you saying? What are you voting for, Jay? Open it, display it.
I would open it because I think the scale actually, if you can get it to float and hover above the Super 7 collection, 30 inches is still massive, isn't it? So I think that would look pretty good floating above.
Whether it's floating above Super 7 or Neca or whatever, I do think this will scale nice. I do have a set of the retro Playmates Turtles as well that I could actually display riding it. But Tana, do you reckon I should open it?
I reckon you should open it and float it so it flies into Amanda's head.
If I filled this with helium, would it actually float and stay there, or would it just droop and die? It would eventually droop.
Only one way to find out.
No, yeah. Do a video. Fill in the turtle blimp with helium. I need to go and buy a helium tank now.
It probably would float with helium because it can't be that underneath. Can't be that heavy.
Well, so I reckon the actual contraption underneath it will be too heavy for the helium for the size.
It also depends on the seam on the balloon as well, because it looks like there's one big seam around it.
I definitely wouldn't want to risk doing it. But let me officially say, obviously I'm teasing. I don't want to make anyone jealous. I'm very grateful and massive thank you to the Wolfpack Toy Reviews. As I said, my favourite toy hunting family from across the pond. They got this. I think the Wolf Mother actually did genuinely get me this on Walmart. I remember messaging McGow saying it's live, and he sent the link to the Wolf Mother. She picked up an extra one for me. They even did a giveaway. That's how good the Wolfpack are. They actually brought an extra and did a giveaway for the 1,500 subscriber giveaway, I think it was. And then this one was for me. So much appreciated. There it is. Now, as I said, I have the dilemma: do I open it and display it high and proud above the Street Dio, or keep it in the card to go along with my other box? I don't know. But anyway, back to Jay. If you were in charge and you got a re-release, are you like happy with the re-release that I've just shown off, or would you like it has to be the same as the original Playmates one, down to a T? I need the trigger. It needs to drop the bombs.
It doesn't have to be exactly the same. There were 2, I think, in the original line, because I think mine had yellow on it. If I can remember.
You had Turtle Blimp 2. That's one of the rarest turtle vehicles, full stop. The Turtle Blimp 2 is super rare.
Unless I'm misremembering, but yeah, I was only about 5.
Turtle Blimp, if I remember correctly, I think Turtle Blimp 2, it literally was called like Turtle Blimp 2, is like one of the rarer turtle vehicles, like really impossible to find, just like that Channel 6 news van. It's the alternative to a really popular one.
That's a shame. Then all my stuff got cold in the great PlayStation 1 sale when they were trying to sell all the toys.
Oh no!
Oh
no! I actually have got more pictures up of this. So what I love about this, which I'm sure you will agree with me, is that it was actually in the cartoon. So if I like your suggestion, Jay. Of course, I want the blimp. I'm very happy I got the retro one, but I would love Neca, since they're doing everything accurate to the cartoon. Let's have an accurate to the cartoon blimp. Exactly this same color palette, this same color tone. Question for you as well. I know it's a blimp, but would you want like a thin plastic shell so it like holds its shape? It's never gonna deflate. It's never gonna pop. It's just for display purposes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would want it with a plastic shell so it matches everything, and a bit like abnormal collecting. I like it all to sort of come in line there. Otherwise, it might just look a bit like a balloon. But I think plastic is the way to go if they can ever make one. And somehow I'd have to attach it to the ceiling, which
yes, that's got to be the way, isn't it? It's got to be the way to display it on the ceiling. I'm thinking like an Easter egg. Do you know how an Easter egg's hollow, like the shell? Just make a big plastic shell and reinforce it in the middle, but it's for display. So it's not going to really.
That'll make it cheaper because there'll be 2 molded pieces, as you say, rather than all the details. So.
What about you, Tana? Is this something you'd like to rebuy?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I would like just floating off the top of the ceiling, just flying around the room. I'm sure it would drive my cat nuts trying to get it down. And she may end up digging her claws in it to puncture the balloon. But yeah, I'd like this kind of thing. It just, as I said, I had the original as well, the version 1, not quite the version 2 Jay had. But yeah, it would definitely be quite cool just to get it back again, just to have it floating across the ceiling, have the turtle just sitting on it. And if it had like a little fan at the back, so it's automatically like going back and forth. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. Let me just do this real quick. Okay, so this is an actual image of the original box from the early 90s. And this is obviously the reissue box. So it's very, very similar how they've redone the box. Just obviously you don't have the kid down here in the corner. I think the speech bubbles may even say the same thing, but the turtles in a different order. But that's how close they have remade the box, even down to the font up in the corner. So to be fair to Playmates, they've done a pretty good job at least trying to recreate that nostalgia nearly 30 years later, which is insane. So yeah, there you go. There's the old original box compared to the new re-release box. And again, massive shout out to the Wolfpack Tour Reviews. Thank you very much. Okay, Tana, the floor is yours. If you could pick a vehicle, like, what's the vehicle? Where do you want it to fit in the collection? Who's going to make it? Like, give me all the details. What's going on in that brain of yours?
In my brain of mine, you've put this idea out to me, and I've come up with the most extravagant, the biggest thing you could ever come with. And the original figure was quite possibly the rarest figure complete to find, I believe. I'm going with the Technodrome.
Wow. Okay.
So
we think the turtle van's expensive. Bloody hell! You have to remortgage to get this.
yeah,
Live in it.
so it's a case of if Super 7 did the Technodrome with their pricing point, this would end up being at least twice the size tall, twice the size wide. It would be basically a Dio as well as a action figure set because you can open it up, just place everybody inside. But the fact that I'm going back to the price here of the turtle van, the fact that that was literally $500, the fact that this is double the size, it's gonna be at least $1,000. I can see it, and I'm just sitting here just thinking, no, please don't. I'm willing this into existence now, but it's a case of don't be that price. Please be less than that. And it doesn't have to be as tall as a baby giraffe to be to fit in with the collection. But to scale, if it's Super 7 doing it, realistically, it's going to be a big mama jamma. Yeah.
So here it is opened up, like you said. It would have to be massive. So the Technodrome, very cool piece. I loved how it could attach to the actual turtle sewer as well as a kid. I never had it. Never had the Technodrome as a kid. Definitely too rich for my parents' blood. Never got it. So... and I don't think any of my cousins, usually you have a rich cousin that you go around and play with these expensive toys. None of my cousins even had this. So like, I never got to, I don't think I've ever actually touched or put hands on a Playmates Technodrome. So all I can do is look at this fondly and go, wow, wouldn't have that have been cool as a kid? I would have loved this. I had the sewer. I never had this. And I remember the sewer fondly. But yeah, this, I'd have to drive to work in my turtle van and move my bed into the Technodrome and just, because my missus would definitely kick me out if I brought the wagon and I brought this. Because you're right, this would have to be double, a minimum would have to be double the price of the van at the Super 7 scale. And then the Neca can't even do it accurate because in the cartoon, obviously, it was massive. In the cartoon, it was a whole bloody planet under the earth, essentially. It's not really a planet, but you know what I mean? It was massive. So Neca can never do the Technodrome. Never. No, they've done some nice dioramas of some rooms, but they can't do the Technodrome. But it would.
And if Super 7 get this idea in their head, please just put it out of your head, or at least just come up with a different aspect of pricing to do this. Because
if Playmates want to re-release it from a nostalgic sense, I'd love to re-buy something. No, I can't even re-buy it because I never had it. I'd love to buy something I never had as a kid. So I'd be down for Neca re-releasing it. Jay, what's your thoughts on Technodrome? Did you have it as a kid? Would you want it to be remade? Could you afford it? Would Cheeky Monkey Kiara let you live in the house if you spent all your money on this?
I didn't have it as a kid, but I have always wanted it. So I've changed my pick. Forget that. I want this. This would be...
Forget the blimp.
Absolutely. The blimp's gone. Forget the blimp. Absolutely get rid of that. Oh, a Technodrome. I'd love Neca Technodrome. I'll even take just the front half. It's the shell, so I can have the rounded at the front. Half a shell will do. I just love to. Yeah, that would be amazing.
I do think something like this is on Super 7's radar. Obviously, we're probably not we're talking years in the future if Turtles continue to do well, etc., etc. But like this, like, didn't they do the Castle Grayskull?
They did Snake Mountain.
Snake Mountain.
Was about 700, I think.
Okay, so Snake Mountain was massive though, right? Big chunky piece of plastic. Yeah. So there's no reason why they couldn't do this. It would be a lot of money, but it can be done.
Yeah, it would probably be about 900, I would think now. But yeah, I'll find a way. She's looking at me from over the room like, "Oh, doing what?"
Yeah. This would be a display piece in itself, though. You could literally display your figures on it.
Yeah. So if it opens up, you can display your figures in it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like literally use it as shelving. Like you put this on a shelf, and you could display your figures on it. I think this would be very popular. And again, talking of Neca doing it, I don't think Neca could, because in the cartoon, this is what it looked like. It was a massive, massive, massive thing under the ground. And Neca are doing everything cartoon accurate. So there's no way Neca could do this to scale, unfortunately. I can see Neca doing the sewer. I can see Neca doing the turtle van. Cannot see them doing this, unfortunately.
It's so iconic to me, though. It was in the credits, wasn't it? It was in the end credits of most episodes.
I think this is this still from the, because in the end credits, I think the turtles are in the tunnels running towards it or something like that.
You know, I've gone back to rewatch them all because I've been imported the box set of all the original cartoons from Amazon just to just to go back. You don't get £35, so it's not bad.
Oh, watch out with regards to that box set. It's only Region 1 discs. I've got the same thing, and it doesn't play on any of my DVD players. So it's only Region 1 exclusive.
Yeah, I also did have. I bought a Region 1 player just to watch it.
It's ahead of the game. Edge of the game. That's pretty useful to have, though.
Yeah. I think size-wise, with this, sorry to interrupt, I'm looking back at my Neca Dio. If Neca did do something like this, it would have to be the size of the Dio.
Easy,
yeah. That's the only
to the top
scaling.
of the cardboard piece as well. Literally, the whole side, the eyeboard would have to be higher. Yeah. I agree. Okay, great pick so far, by the way. And obviously, I'd love to spend all my money on this stuff. If the toy companies want to make it, I will buy it. My choice. A little bit more affordable. Something. So obviously today we've been talking heavily about the van. Okay, so let me jump to the pictures real quick. So there's the van. Okay, the good guys, our turtles, our lovable turtles. They've got a van. They've got a vehicle. Nice. They can drive around, but they need to escape an enemy vehicle. Now the enemies needed a vehicle to get around. And what I remember is in the cartoon. Is the modular drill. And I now talking about rich cousins, one of my cousins had this. So I never had this, but one of my cousins did. So I got to play with this loads as a kid. I remember just wanting to go and visit my auntie's house, not even to see my cousins, just because I knew my cousins had this. And I remember it fondly as a kid, but I was always jealous I never had it. It was in the cartoon predominantly as well. Like the villains always came up the ground like moles. Like this for me is the Foots. Like they come out of the Technodrome, and this is their Uber in the ground. They use this to get around, and the little drill on the front actually spun, if I remember correctly as well. And you could fit like Rocksteady and Bebop in there. So this is the modular drill from Playmates. So I would like to see this get the NECA treatment or the Super 7 treatment, or give me this in adult figure form now for my action figures, because I think just like the van, this is just like the villains equivalent of the turtle van, where you could display your figures with it, display your figures in it, use it as a display piece. And what's so fun was this is that you could like have accessory pieces, maybe where the front panel pops off, just like the ground chuck figure we recently got, where the figure pops in half and it looks like he's burrowing out the ground. You could have that same type of effect with a vehicle like this. So have I convinced any of you in my sale pitch that you'd want to buy the modular drill, Tana?
As this was one of my ideas after Technodrome, yes, you have. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just yes.
Yeah, when
just give it to me.
Yeah, this is the actual image of the boxed figure as a kid. Again, it always showed off a little kid with the figure, just to show you how happy you could be if you brought it or your parents brought it for you. But yeah, Mutant Module it was called. And it was the Burrowing Bad Boy Bus. That was genuinely what it said on the packaging. The Burrowing Bad Boy Bus. This something you want, Jay?
Yeah. Me and Tana have been talking about it on Instagram when we came up with the list that this would be a good one. I've got so many NECA foot soldiers that they need somewhere to go. So
they need transport. They need
their drill a hole in a table and have it burrowing up.
Yes.
See it now.
They need their very own Burrowing Bad Boy Bus. All your foot soldiers. This would be great. And again, what I mentioned and what I keep mentioning is that bloody cartoon that I loved so much as a kid. That's what I remember it from, and that's what it reminds me of. Like this image here. This is just one screenshot from the cartoon, but still, that's how they got around. It's how the villains got around. They'd literally just pop up anywhere in their drill. So yeah, I'd love. Again, we know we're getting the Turtle Wagon now from Super 7. Turtle van, there it is. We're getting it. It's going to happen. Whether you're paying for it or not, it's going to be made into existence. So I now need a vehicle for my villains to go on the opposite end of the shelf and have like this epic display. So yeah, Turtles get the van, and then for villains, something similar scaled to the van, I think I'd choose this modular drill. But Mark Tac-Tac's pick earlier of the Foot Cruiser would be a very good shout as well. Another vehicle that a lot of people had as a kid.
A lot of ones I've seen as well is the motorized skateboard with the fan on the back.
Yes.
So if they were to do that, I'd have to pick up 4, just like one for each tail. Yeah.
Any other honourable mentions, Jay, in regards to vehicles that you'd like to see redone or reissued?
yeah, Neca Channel 6 news van to go with that news crew we're just getting. I think that'd be great to make a little blue news van. I think it's blue, from memory.
Yeah, it's blue, yellow, and green on it. I think. Do you know what? I wouldn't expect that to be too far away from Super 7's thoughts. You know, because Super 7s do love to reuse tools and stuff when they can. And like, I'm sure there is elements of that van they could reuse, because the old Channel 6 one was just a repaint of the turtle keep calling it wagon. So we shall see. A few people in the chat are saying the foot ski, the sewer cycle with the sidecar. Yeah, that'd be great. I remember the. Do you remember like the little rubber dinghies? You could put them in the bath. You literally you blew them up. Like I've got like donuts now that are like drink holders for that I use in a hot tub. They like that, but for the turtles. I remember a bathtub, like a turtle was in a bathtub, and it had like a little panel at the bottom that sort of you could put it in the bath with. That was the type of stuff as a kid I'd be like, bath time would be fun. Like, yes, let's get the turtle figures out finally. Some water.
What I'd say one also major one is the Neutrinos car.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The original Playmates released the Neutrinos car. Well, that was the Moonraker or the Moon Star Cruiser or something like that.
From the original 5 episodes of the cartoon, that first sort of mini series, if you will, sort of a long movie in it that split up. Yeah, the Neutrinos. They've got to happen from Neca soon.
Yeah, we've got the little holograms, haven't we? That came with them. I don't know who they came with now, but we had little holograms of the neutrinos.
Do we? Who did they come with? As in like little plastic ones, or they?
No, just like a card with their sort of faces on it.
Okay.
There was I can't remember if it came with Tragon Granitor. I don't know, because they were Dimension X, so they're up there somewhere. Yeah.
They're definitely on Neca's radar. Neca are going to get to the neutrinos at some point. That is for sure. I don't think I had them as a kid. Obviously, know who they are because of the cartoon, but. Again, those figures eluded me of the kid. As a kid, again, it annoyed me that I couldn't get figures that looked like what was on the cartoon. And the Neutrinos and the Newsroom crew were the same situation. It's like the figures didn't match. And they did release, if I remember correctly, like a Toons line where they matched the cartoon, but they were all out of sync and stuff like that, maybe. But yeah, okay, let's have a look at the chat and see what else people are suggesting. The fake lava 2, the pizza thrower. Do you remember the pizza thrower?
Yeah.
Rich M says Neutrinos car for the win.
I remember a Robot Chicken skit with the pizza thrower in there, and that was quite funny. I think it's on YouTube, so I may tweet it later for anybody who wants to check it out. But yeah, I remember that pizza thrower from the from the Robot Chicken skit. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can find that. I don't know if it will let me play it without getting a copyright. Actually, I best not. I don't think I've seen that though, so I will post a link and I'll check that out later.
Yeah.
Okay, recap of all today's news. We've had the Super 7 Party Wagon, the Super 7 Big Bad Toy Store Disguise Raphael. We've had the Neca Farm 2-pack with April and Casey, which is now up for pre-order. The Neca shipping update, so we know the Channel 6, anyone who pre-ordered the Channel 6 exclusive, that's shipping now. The Wingnut and Screwloose 2-pack and the Dirtbag and Groundchuck are also shipping. I assume we've all got tracking numbers for it. It's just a little bit slow here in the UK. We've had the Playmates Retro re-releases. They're continuing that, which surprised me. We've had the unlicensed 5K Fury Toys Samurai Leo, even though they never called it Samurai Leo. That's what we're calling it. And a couple of other things to note as well. The 1/4 scale Donatello is like now in stock. It's been found in the wild. Is anyone into the quarter scale stuff? Whether it's movie, cartoon, anything?
No. I've got the room for that, man.
No.
I sort of want Donnie, just as a one-off. Just get Donnie, quarter scale. He can be my little companion.
You get a movie one and a cartoon one. You can have one to each side of you. It's kind of like your centuries while you're sitting on your phones streaming or doing reviews. Yeah.
Guarding your front door when people come in.
Yeah. But it's basically just a 1/4 scale version of the Toon Turtle, which is really good. But out of all the news today, out of all the news and the recent reveals and the new pre-orders, Give me your most excited thing that you're looking forward to getting. Tana, you start off.
So, most excited looking forward to getting is the movie 2-pack. The thing that's caused the biggest buzz is that bloody van. But yeah, I'm looking forward to adding the 2-pack to my collection, just for the photos, even for the little sketches. I think that's my most, because that came out. That was the day after we did our initial stream when they revealed that.
Literally a day
late. The hype I have for that is, it's exceedingly high, basically.
Sorry, I just got hit with cramps. I'm like wiggling my toes. I wasn't like pulling a face of disgust at your pick. I was like dying in pain because my leg. I'm wiggling my toes now. What about you, Jay? Favorite sort of this point of discussion from today? Something you're looking forward to?
From what we've discussed today, the Channel 6 news crew, and I can't wait for them to come in. That'll be great. One thing we haven't mentioned, I think it just broke before we came on, was UK will be getting the Mutant Man and Ace Duck 2-pack and the Pizza Monsters by Friday, apparently. So they should be hitting
Who said that?
Yeah, Toys R Us put it on their Facebook just before we came on. So the actual Pizza Monster is my most anticipated thing, because I had a VHS with the Pizza Monsters on the front when I was little. So I've always loved the rip-off Xenomorphs, as they actually are, the big yellow ones.
How many did you pick up, Jay?
I've only gone for 2 just because of space.
Where was that, Jay? I'm going to go and look for it now.
Toys R Us Facebook page is where I saw it on. They put a post out, so I'm sure it said coming Friday.
Toys R Us, I love Toys R Us, but they're really slow at posting out. Like, I love them to bits. They're just a little bit slow at shipping out, and I'm one of those people who wants to pay extra to get it shipped next day, just so I know when I'm getting my toys. But let's have a quick look. Toys R Us Facebook. So that's a little bit frustrating for me, because I've ordered 2 of those Pizza Monsters, but I ordered mine direct with Neca. So I won't get them, will I? Okay, so yeah, I've just found the post. Let me post it up. Okay,
unless they mysteriously turn up.
I doubt it. I haven't even got shipping notice. Arriving at the end of the week, Neca, TMNT by Neca, Ace Duck and Mutant Man 2-pack, which I believe I have pre-ordered with Comic and Cocktails, and the Pizza Monster. General stock available on both. So yeah, that is exciting. Where have you pre-ordered yours?
I can't actually remember. I've got an Excel spreadsheet of all my this amount of pre-orders, but I'll have to go and look. I can't actually remember where it's from, so I might not be getting them this week, but they're on the way.
What about you, Tana? Where have you got yours from?
So I got everything apart from one Pizza Monster direct from Neca, because I thought, logically, getting it to me would be a lot quicker than if I was to wait for
frustrating, isn't it?
How wrong I am. Although my last Pizza Monster is with In Demand, so hopefully I get at least some joy this weekend.
I might get a little bit itchy
pizza
and do the same, and just buy an extra Pizza Monster. Because there's 3 in the episode, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 in the episode.
Yeah, there is.
I've already ordered 2 and paid for them, so I ain't got to worry about them. They're paid for. I might just treat myself to an extra one. This Friday's payday as well. Might get an extra Pizza Monster. Because like you, Jay, I loved how it was clearly a rip-off to the Xenomorph. Even back then, I knew it was from Alien. It was Alien from Aliens. Like, it was one of those where I used to stay up. My dad used to let me stay up and watch. Remember on Channel 3, there used to be a movie on like a Friday night, and it would always get interrupted by Trevor McDonald and the 10 o'clock news.
Yeah.
And I'd like, as a kid, and because like the old films, but the action films growing up were like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were the action heroes. As a kid, because I fell asleep, I could never I always fell asleep when Trevor McDonald news came on, essentially. So I'd always wake up the next day and then I'd not see the second part of the film, but then see the second part of another film. And like Demolition Man and all these other random films with the same lead actor just got confused in my brain. But I remember Aliens fondly from that. So
and all those sort of 18-rated films have toy lines, didn't they? Kenner Aliens. I've still got Kenner Terminator from when I was little.
I have the whole set of Kenner Aliens and Humans, mint on card, including Valquez, which is really rare. I've got them in display cases. It's one of my favourite collections, which is like nestled away in my cave of wonders. But But now I can get my Neca Pizza Monster alien to go alongside. Because I've got aliens right here. Like, you don't see them on display, but literally I have a shelf of all the Kenner-inspired aliens, which are beautiful, by the way. And I think the Panther is the next one to get released. But
Did you ever get the NECA sewer mutation
No, I nearly
alien
did.
that they did?
I nearly did. It's basically just a repaint of the Xenomorph yellow, and it's a little wink and nod to the turtle one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know which one he's on about, Jay?
I don't know. No, I've
Yeah.
not. I didn't know they did that.
NECA, so NECA just repainted one of their Xenomorphs like yellowy, and then called it Sewer Alien,
Right. Okay.
and it was a wink and nod to the turtle one.
The old pizza monster.
Yes. Obviously, it doesn't look as cartoon as stylized as of what NECA's now made, but it was still a little wink and nod. Shows have been fans of turtles for a very, very long time. But yeah, that's also good to know. But now I need to make sure I've got the money in the bank for A-Stock and Mutagen, man. All right, beautiful. That was a nice little bit of news to finish up on.
Yeah.
Can't wait for payday to help with all this.
My payday is today, so it's sort of like I've got most of my Christmas shopping done already today, so it's a case of now I've got enough time. Hopefully I have enough for everything that's coming in over the next few weeks from every line, not just Turtles.
Yeah, Jamie's just said that in the chat. Jamie's just said you're going to need all your money for the 16th of December. Now, I know obviously this is Turtles and Tea, but obviously you know I love my Marvel Legends and Power Rangers and whatnot. If you look on the Hasbro Pulse website in the UK, it seems like everything is getting in stock on the 16th of December. So I can't afford everything that's coming in stock on the 16th of December, so I'm hoping that's a glitch. But yeah,
fingers crossed.
Jamie's right.
Yeah, Hasbro Pulse sent me a bill this morning.
For what? What did you pay for this morning?
The Sue Storm and Johnny Storm, the exclusives, and the 3-pack
X-Force.
X-Force, that's it. Yeah. And the Mezco Conan also hit me this morning as well.
Finally, Mezco Conan. People have been asking for that for a long time. Finally, that's it.
On top of that, I had my Mafex Ben Reilly Spider-Man get charged to me, and I got a shipping notice earlier.
Oh, nice.
So that's on its way as well. But yeah, so it's going to be a very busy month, whereas we've had a little bit of a quiet period. Everything is coming in, and there was some news that everywhere's getting a short supply of like Power Rangers stuff as well, like extra Silver Space Ranger, Andros, the MCU, the new MCU Vulture as well.
Yeah, basically all the store exclusives in the US, essentially. So everything that didn't go up for pre-order in the UK, the UK obviously is getting stock, but the store exclusives just never went up. So like Tana's quite rightly saying, just finishing off on some non-total talk, they are now up. But I don't think some of the stores are putting them in stock until they actually land.
Until Friday,
Yeah, so there they are there. So you've got the 2-pack from Ghostbusters, which don't look if you don't want to be spoiled. The Andros in Space Silver, and the bloody pig who I've just bloody brought double the price for a lunchbox I'm never going to use. Absolutely insane. What an idiot.
I saw that post earlier and thought of you straight away when I saw that pig. I thought it's going to go mad.
No one expected it this quick. I expected it like next April maybe, and I thought at least I've paid to get it months earlier. No, I didn't. I've paid £30 for a little piece of pie. Ridiculous. And then the Vulture as well, which is more movie accurate. I've got one Vulture on the shelf which has I've got a custom head sculpt of Adrian Toomes. So.
Although swinging back round to Turtles,
of course,
there is one store exclusive that is out there in America that we haven't even got out here that I really, really want. So if anybody can hook me up,
put it in the universe, Tana. Put it in the universe.
Put it in the universe. I want that Hamata Yoshi Orokusaki movie 2-pack. That is one thing I'm seeing people review out there, and it's like I want it. I want it, especially with the little splinter cage as well. I want it.
So that's a Target exclusive because it's a movie line, and I believe Target gets some stock before NECA are allowed to put it anywhere else. So
isn't the cartoon exclusive Target? The movie exclusive is Walmart.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Exactly that. Sorry, I got it the wrong way around. My bad. You are correct, my friend. So the store gets it a little bit earlier. Is my point. I do think we will get a pre-order soon in the UK, or if not, Neca will put it up on their site. They've virtually done it for everything out, so why not? But the UK may get it first, as we're getting with the pizzas monsters. So
yeah. I mean, judging by the Super Shredder and that Casey Ultimate, it's going to be at least another couple of months before we get it, because that arrived how late compared to America?
Mike D in the chat just said, "Oh, I just saw that at my Walmart." Mike D, I've got a friend here on the stream who needs your help. Hit up the Super Turk 5000. Let's see if we can make it happen.
Hit me up. Let's see what we can do. Yeah.
Ab Nuggler's in the building as well. He said, Dan justifying his purchases. I'll tell you, I've had enough pizza monsters. There was definitely 3 in the episode, so why not have 3 and amongst the display? They don't have to be standing together. They can be spread around. Spread the love. Spread the monster love. But yeah, beautiful. All right, beautiful people. That was a great episode of Turtles and Tea. Lots of turtle talk to sort of talk about. Obviously, I rambled on. Her main topic was, of course, the van, the pizza wagon from Super 7. So, last thoughts from us all. Are you getting it? And final thoughts on it. Final thoughts. Just to wrap us up, Tana.
So, I want it. I have just been paid. I will see what I can do.
You're all in. You're all in now.
Leave it as of right
You're all in now. Put that deposit down and just wait
do.
until. Put that deposit down, right, and then just wait until the new year. Don't even worry about it until after January. We'll figure it out then, mate. What about you, Jay? You're obviously a fan of it, not getting it.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Glad I don't collect Super 7. If I did collect Super 7, then I would definitely try and get it. So I'll try and get the Neca equivalent, hopefully, if that does come into fruition. But
the Neca one, I think, will be,
I love it.
The Neca one, I think, will be cheaper, and the Neca one will be more cartoon accurate as well, which I think you will appreciate more so anyway. Yeah. Also, his missus is in the chat, so we understand why he's not saying he's going to buy a £500 action figure vehicle. Final thoughts for me: I want it. I don't want to pay the price for it, but there's no... How else am I getting it? I've got to pay the price. So I'm going to put the deposit down and then figure out a way. As I said, I'm going to go and get an extra paper round or something and just make it happen, because I think this will be an epic display piece to go along with the Turtles. And I'm going to get the Neca one as well anyway. So I'll have the Neca one. I'll go Super 7, Neca, Retro, display all the Turtles and build some epic Turtle display. It's going to happen. It's going to hurt. But if I spread it out, if I spread the cost, no one want it. Just a couple of less if I get maybe 2 less takeaways a month, you know what I mean? Not only do I get a little bit healthier, I also get this pizza wagon. You know what I mean? I just got to figure it out. So to finish off the poll, 42%, no way. Are you buying the Super 7 TMNT Party Wagon? 42%. Said no way. Sorry, Brian Flynn, you are not getting their money. 42%, however, so joint 42%, said I would like to, but it costs too much. So they are neck and neck. People want it, but it's just too much. And 16% said yes, absolutely. And a couple of percentage of that is probably me anyway. You're being told to buy it in the chat, Tana.
Yes.
Tana will definitely buy it. He will.
Jeez.
Cheeky Monkey Kiara says, I can't wait to see what I get for Christmas. Feeling poor. Just a box of fresh air. Nice fresh air. Buy less kebabs, Tana, and save for the van.
Right, Burak, if you're going to buy it as well, I'll buy it then, in which case.
Trade one pizza for another, says Jamie. All right, beautiful. Okay, let's wrap up. As our guest today, Jay, you are, of course, welcome back whenever you want, my friend. Let the people know where they can find you online, because you have just started doing YouTube videos, and the last video you did was a Turtles one as well.
Yeah, that was Cheeky Monkey Kiara's idea. She said you should do more with your collection. So I was like, well, I'll got my phone, I'll give it a try. So I got her on YouTube trying to guess the names of the Turtles. She didn't do too bad.
No, not at all. I thought she was pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
So she has listened over the years to my ramblings, incessant toy ramblings, as she calls them. So yeah, I'm on YouTube at Jays_Toy Collection UK, and also on Instagram at Jays_Toy Collection UK.
Yeah, as I said, my friend, keep at it. It's just a fun outlet. As I said, I create shows just so I can talk toys, because no one in my house wants to talk toys, So, yeah, fair play for Kiara getting on the video as well. I'd love to get Amanda involved, but you know what I mean? She hides in the shadows. She's not a fan. She's embarrassed of me and all my toys. Tana, you're not embarrassed of me and all my toys, are you? Where can we find the Super Turk online?
So on Twitter and on Instagram, SuperTurk5000. Give us a follow. I try and post something daily. Although I did break the streak recently, and I did do a post the next day to show the streak had been broken, which was quite cool. Give us a follow if you like what you see. Brilliant. If you don't, that's also good.
It's all good, my friend. So as I said, I'll make sure the links are in the description if they're not already. Show the guys some love. Talking Turtles. As I said, this is just the show. This is only episode 1. Last time we did this was a pilot just to make sure it went okay. And then we were like, right, let's just do this properly now. So yeah, episode 1 of Turtles and Tea. Expect to see us at least one Tuesday a month. So if we can try and fit one in December, maybe show off some of our new toys if some have shipped by them, that'll be fun. So yeah, as I said, we'll try and squeeze one in December, right? Do you think, Tana, we can get one in?
Yeah, I'm sure we can do.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can do.
So if you're watching this on the replay and you've genuinely listened to us ramble for 2 hours, I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments that you've watched the stream. As I said, I do appreciate people that watch it in its entirety. Again, let us know what type of things you'd like to see. Did you like our wish list idea with vehicles? Did you want it to continue that? Maybe with different characters we'd like to see, how we'd like to see figures released, or anything like that. The same thing we sort of do with Legends, but turtle related, if you will. But I appreciate you listening to us ramble. As always, my name's Dan W. Follow me on Instagram. It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. You can tweet me. Don't be shy. But as always, I'll be here streaming, talking toys, as I always am. See me on Thursday talking Marvel Legends. And then this week is a Legends and Liquor week. So you may even see these two gentlemen again on the channel this Sunday if they're available. And maybe we can sneak in some turtle talk on there as well. But gentlemen, let's give them an awkward wave. Thank you to everyone who was watching the stream in the chat. I appreciate you. Everyone who popped in and out, we appreciate you. But I'm going to play the intro now to sort of see us out, all right? So, as always, we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. We need like a cool turtle-related ending catchphrase.
I'm sure we'll think of something to do with pizza.
I know, yeah. We'll figure it out for the next one. Bye-bye.